Right, we've had a lot of people asking about the Rippton Shark X and how we find it. So we thought we'd do a quick review on actually what we actually think of it. We've had it for probably maybe a year now. I've done a heap of flights with it and found it actually really quite good. If you're wanting something that's more automated, you don't have to drive this drone like the other drones. It's got a app where it's all one swipe, it'll fly out, you swipe, release the bait, it'll fly back, and you actually don't have to manually use it. You can use it, you've got the option of using the levers if you need to, but we find that the levers feel like they're slightly reversed on what normal drones are. So like up, it actually goes up, but then if you go sideways, it actually twists instead of going another way. It just feels a little bit different. Realistically, I actually haven't used the drone in manual mode. I've always ran it in the automatic mode, and we found it actually pretty good. Takes all the human error out of it. That way there's no, oh, it went wrong, this went wrong. It's just all automated by itself. It goes up, flies out, drops the bait, comes home every time. And then that way you know you're always going to get your drone back because it's all automated. But yeah, the couple of things that we've found is that when you get your propellers, you actually have to put them all on, screw them in, which is not a problem, and it's all very easy to follow. So this here's got CW on it. This here has a CW on it, so you find the relevant one and then just screw that on. And then you've got the one that's got the CCW. You find the CCW obviously on here, and you just wind that on. What I've found is I've actually had a drone, this one come down, and I actually hadn't actually nipped these up tight enough. And if you give it a little bit of a nip, it'll actually stay on, because when I did it once, only once, went the hard way, it came down and I actually hadn't nipped it up tight enough, and actually it must have I don't know what it did, but this actually unwound itself and actually flew off the drone, which was a bit freaky, but it was on the beach, so it was okay. But yeah, if you're going to do it, have it nice and tight. Just a good little nip with your hand. The other thing is we've found that you need to do these screws here, and you can see that. These screws here need to be just nipped as well, because we find that these are actually coming slightly loose. It's not a problem, but it's just another safety, making sure your drone comes home exercise, I guess you could say. And then the other thing that's good about this drone is it's got the height. You've got these, now you'll be looking at 6 inches of legs, which are carbon fibre, which will actually keep your drone up above the sand, the rocks, because with the smaller drones, they've got that little bit of less clearance from the sand. So if you stop in a bit of sand pit and the propeller comes over, you've still got plenty of clearance, just to sort of give you that little bit of buffer. The release mechanism, I don't know if you can see that there, this here is actually really good for releasing. Finding if you put in a clip or something in there, it's actually quite hard to get it in between this little mechanism here. One day I was playing with the drone, I actually had the drone on and actually had it upside down. And Rippton actually don't advertise this, but it actually come up with a flip over mode, which I found quite interesting. So it sort of feels like it's similar to the Swell Pro, because this is also waterproof, and it actually comes out of the water if it's upside down. They don't advertise it, I don't know why, I have no idea, but yeah, it was an interesting function that I didn't think this thing had. This thing has been out in some good winds, it's taken a lot of weight. It's taken 25 hook backbone, 1,000 meters out with 32 ounces of sinkers on the end of it, and it didn't even struggle. On a general run, I get about five runs if I was doing on the batteries. 5 runs on the batteries if I've done about 500 meters each time. So the batteries are generally pretty good. These are the batteries here. They comes with 2 batteries. These are 25 volt batteries, which are pretty good, which all come in through the back of the drone here. So if we undo here, it's easy enough. It's actually a sealed compartment in there, which you can probably not see, but anyway, the battery just slots in there, good as gold. It's got a rubber backing on it to actually make it more waterproof in there as well, if it does ever go in the water. The thing that I like about this drone is that it's got that little bit of reassurance of, if it goes in the water, it's a couple of 100 meters out, you've got a mate that's got a boat or a kayak, you can potentially go out and go get your drone back. Whereas some other drones, if it's not waterproof, there's no point going out to get your drone because it's never going to work again. So electronics, it's just a no-brainer. Yeah, we found the drone really good. It's come back, it's done everything it's meant to do. It's powerful. It's got a 3 kg payload. And the one thing that I find annoying, well not annoying, is that the box, I'll show you the box, has nowhere to put your propellers. So what they give you is something like this. You put your propellers in there, and it's got a bit of Velcro just on the side here, and you're supposed to Velcro them to that, which me personally I don't think is a good idea. You're walking down the beach or whatever and you can easily knock that off. Carbon fibre, they don't like being knocked off or damaged. So what I've actually done is I wanted them inside the box, is actually, you can see that, I've actually cut a hole into the actual casing. Yeah, it's not a pretty hole, but it's a hole. So yeah, they just slip in here, and that way it goes in there, and you can grab your drone, you just lift them up a little bit, and the drone fits in there, and away you go. So that way you've got your propellers nice and protected, you've got your drone all in one spot, and everything's ready to go. So it's actually an easier idea, and you can do them in there. There, so it's also got the flashing lights. It's got the red and green lights up under here. It tells you how it goes and how it doesn't go. Different colours mean different things, but generally it's run good as gold, and it's actually a really good drone. Ideally, for if someone was getting into drone fishing, this is more of the higher, not higher price, but more of an investment on a drone. This is one I would look at for people that aren't that confident in using a drone. It's got the automatic waypoint, so it comes up with your app. I'll see if I can come up with an app. It comes up with the app, and then you satellite app, you push on where you want to go out to sea, and it'll go, you want to go here, and it'll go yes. You just swipe. All you do is swipe. The drone will do everything. It'll fly up, get it into position, goes to the altitude of about 30 meters, flies out. You can set it at 30 to 55 meters, but I generally set it at 30 because I'm not going that far out. Do the 30, swipe it, it'll fly out, and then as soon as it's been out there, it'll say, do you want to release your bait, or release mechanism? You go swipe, and then it'll drop your bait. You don't have to do anything else. It'll drop your bait, it'll turn around and come home. It is preset to come home. So it's 2 swipes and you're flying it out, flying it back. There's no need for you to actually do any drone fishing, well, using the controllers. Some people love using the controllers. I personally like using the controller as well. That's because I feel like a little kid. But yeah, because I want my drone to come back every time I want to take the human error out of it, I use it on automatic all the time. Simple, easy, and it comes home.
Going 6 meters.